guys, this is Patricia Santos, your Miss Philippines Air 2020, and welcome to another episode of Man on the Street, Miss Philippines Earth Style. Welcome back. It's been a week since our break, and unfortunately, our Miss Water Air, Queen Gianna, couldn't join us due to prior work arrangements. Hi, Queen G, wherever you are. Hope that you are being safe and healthy, as well as all of you. I hope that you had a good break. I hope that you were able to spend it within the companies that you really love, and that everybody has been staying safe, especially in the middle of yet another surge of the COVID-19 pandemic in our country. And tonight, our topic is quite a little close to our situation, and I think it will be very interesting to a lot of you because this will be all about the importance of medicinal plants or herbs. It has been discussed over and over again in a lot of different channels about the fact that growing your own garden is not only about growing your own food, but also about growing plants that you will be able to use not just as an ornament in your household, but also as a source of cure or something that can help prevent illnesses in your household. I can still remember when I was a kid, I I do remember my grandmother, even though I do not anymore remember the name of the plant that she was using because it's been a while since she died. But I can still remember fondly that one of the things that my grandmother used to do is to use herbal plants. She used to mash them all together and put them on me whenever I had a wound on my knee or on my elbows because I used to be what people call lampa when I was younger. I wasn't very good with physical activities, so there were a lot of times where I used to run and fall. But well, it was also attributed a bit to the fact that I had pretty bad eyesight, and this was the time where I wasn't wearing eyeglasses, so I used to fall down a lot. And I can remember my grandmother using this herb, a mixture of different herbs, and then putting them on the wound just to soothe it and to help it heal better. And she used to tell me that it would help my wound to heal scar free. So those are such fond memories that I will always hold close to my heart. That's why I have to say that a part of me would always remember medicinal herbs or plants to be a very essential part of the household. Even though right now, most of the time, as you can see at the back, I usually drink medicinal herbs because I think they are very effective. We will now find out with our man on the street or on the street because as a reminder to everybody, just to clarify, everybody who has participated in this project were able to observe health and safety protocols. So we avoided going into the actual street, but we actually conducted the interviews in the safest way possible, which is through video. And even while they were performing or while they were taking their videos, so we can assure everybody later on that everybody was able to observe the protocols, which include wearing the mask and wearing the face shield. So thank you very much in advance to the very hardworking staff of Miss Philippines Earth. Thank you for working hard on getting all these videos prepared, and of course, to all our volunteers who answered our questions. And so we will now go forward with our episode today, which I hope we will be able to find a lot of different tips and insights. Let us go to our first question. At ang una nating tanong ay, gumagamit ba kayo ng medicinal herbs? Anong klase at anong mga sakit ang nililinas dito?
Kami ay gumagamit ng medicinal herbs. Ang ginagamot nito ay cancer, high blood, diabetes, at kung ano-ano pa.
Wow, I love the way that Kuya was able to answer it straightforwardly. I think that a lot of people would agree that a lot of medicinal herbs have been prescribed by some, doctors themselves. I know doctor friends who prescribe these kinds of herbs, and napatunayan naman na kalimitan ay meron talaga silang magandang epekto sa kalahatang kalusugan natin bilang mga tayo ay madalas na na-expose to different kinds of diseases, especially in the modern age today. And yung mga nabanggit niya, totoo, diabetes, high blood, a lot of those things um, a lot of those things are being attested to by a lot of people na meron talagang mga herbs na nakakalinis nito. So, good job, Kuya. Thank you for at least, kasi marami din yung sa side na hindi naniniwala. Pero for me, wala namang mawawala sa atin kung tayo ay iinom. I don't think there is a deterrent unless and until doctors, tell us that it's harmful to our body. So I do think, I agree with Kuya that we should consider the use of medicinal herbs, lalong-lalo na sa panahon ngayon. Now we go forward to our second question, and it goes like this. Sa tingin niyo ba ay makakatulong ang medicinal herbs para gamutin ang COVID-19?
Ako po ay naniniwala na ang mga medicinal plants ay kayang gamutin ang COVID-19. Personally, for our family, we are using virgin coconut oil from the start of the COVID last March 2020. And truly, it is very effective, especially for the immune system of our family.
Wow, virgin coconut oil. I have to agree with her also. I've heard of the many uses of coconut, and one of them talaga is the virgin coconut oil. It's only one of the products of one of the most pinakamatulungin na puno, the coconut tree, lalo na dito sa Pilipinas. And I have to say na halos wala talagang nasasayang sa coconut tea and the virgin coconut oil. Yeah, I used to use it naman. Ako dati ginagamit ko for my skin. And I have heard also of the good benefits that it would give you if you're able to ingest it. I have to say that, guys, that's a very good tip. Virgin coconut oil. If you haven't tried it, try it. Lalo na ngayon sa pandemic, one of the things you also have to understand is that hindi naman siya masasabing ito ay lunas. Kumbaga, it's not going to be a cure to COVID-19, of course not, or to any other disease out there, but it's going to be a good supplement because it will help your body, get into optimal conditions. It will help your body recover, and it will help your body get stronger, especially against diseases. Kaya, huwag natin i-discount ang power of nature. And now we go to our third question, and it goes like this. Gumagamit po ba kayo ng medicinal plants or herbs? Kung opo, bakit po kayo naniniwala dito? At kung hindi, bakit nga po hindi?
Opo, ay naniniwala sa medical plants or medical herbs kasi unang-una, tinrain kami ng mga magulang namin or ng parents namin nung bata pa namin na gumamit ng medicinal plants or ng herbs. And aside from that, wala namang wawala kung tayo gagamit nun.
Exactly! You got me, Kuya! Walang mawawala kung ating gagamitin ang mga medicinal herbs. Because, as I said earlier, there has been a lot of research, a lot of statements proving the effectiveness of being able to use this herb. Not as a primary treatment course, of course, but something to supplement it as you heal yourself. And it has been proven since the beginning of time. Kasi di ba dati wala naman tayong advanced technology or wala naman tayong masyadong development in medicine and in science. But a lot of the medicine na ginagamit ng ating mga ninuno ay nakukuha mula sa halaman, sa ating mga kakahyan. And I have to say that that itself is a big proof to us that medicinal herbs really do work. And I think that as we move forward into this very technologically heavy reliant world, I think that the best way to move forward is considering, being able to adapt to our technological advances, but at the same time, not forgetting about the things that do work. It's all about not forgetting or continuing to do what works, and at the same time, adapting and trying to learn new things that can improve our way of life. So wala naman kailangan na maging conflict from those two. Yung pagiging natin technologically advanced and yung pagiging natin a believer in herbal or traditional medicinal medicine. So, all right, we move forward to our fourth question, and it goes like this. Para sa inyo, ano ang mas mabisa? Ang mga medicinal herbs o ang mga over-the-counter medicines na nabibili sa mga butika? Meron na ba kayong maibabahaging karanasan ukol dito?
Sa akin ay pareho lang. Okay din sa akin yung mga halamang gamot, katulad ng mga yung sa ubo na oregano at kung ano-ano pa. Okay din naman yung sa medicinal natin kasi mabisa rin yun. Sa akin pareho lang ang medicinal at saka yung sa gamot sa mga butika. Ang karanasan ko noon, nung ako ubong-ubo, uminom ako nagdiktik ako ng oregano. At yun na ininom ko at nawala naman kaagad ang ubo. At saka yung sa mga lagnat-lagnat, tapal-tapal na mga halaman, gumaling din.
Yes, Tita, di ba? I have to, just to jump into what Tita said. I have to say that I have experienced, yung parang sa ubo naman. Pag sa ubo, or sa sakit ng ulo na lang pala. Sa sakit ng ulo, dati, I would immediately drink paracetamol, ganyan. I would immediately drink biogesic, diba? Kahit gutom face ka. But yeah, there are these over-the-counter drugs na dati medyo reliant ako. But I have to share with you guys, when I discovered that you could drink like herbal tea, for example, to be able to mitigate yung nararamdaman natin yung sakit sa ulo, I started doing that instead, and I felt like I was in a healthier state compared to drinking the biogesic. Though tama naman dito, wala akong nararamdaman at the moment. Yung eksaktong pag-inom ko, you won't really feel much different. But the fact remains that, the long-time effect of drinking something over-the-counter medicine, and then something that is very herbal or very natural in itself, mas may advantage talaga yung going with the herbal medicine. So, over time kasi, it really helps not just yung nirereklamo natin na masakit ng ulo, but has other benefits that actually helps your overall. For example, meron pala siyang extra benefits about the skin na hindi mo alam. Like me, I drink kasi pag ulo ka, I drink chamomile. And not only does it help me heal my headache, it helps me sleep. And over time, nagkakaroon ng good effect on the skin. So, for me, just word of advice, try pa rin natin kahit walang pinagkaiba. Kasi in short term, mukhang wala. But sa long term, I assure you guys, makikita nyo rin talaga yung difference of going natural. This is herbal medicine. Alright, so our last, diba, time goes really fast. Time goes by really fast when you're having fun. I'm having loads of fun. Are you having fun? Before we go to our last question, I remind everybody to please drop in the comment section below what would you like to have as a topic for our Man on the Street episode? Ano pa ba yung pwede natin pag-usapan, di ba? Ano pa ba yung pwede natin itanong sa ating madlang people? Ano pa ba yung pwede natin itanong sa kanila habang tayo ay nandito pa rin sa ating mga bahay at talagang naghihintay kung kailan nga ba matatapos ang ECQ at ang nagbabadsang MECQ. Anyway, going back, don't forget to comment it on the comment section below. Also, let us know what kind of herbal medicine you tried yourself. Diba? So, our dear Earthlings, ano ba ang iyong go-to herbal medicine? Para sa'yo, ano yung madalas mong iniinom? Ano na ba yung mga mention ko? Green tea! Gusto ko rin inumin yung green tea, especially for weight management. Diba? For diet. Okay, now we go to our last question. Our last question is, aware po ba kayo sa mga medicinal plants or herbs na available dito sa ating bansa? Ano-ano po ang mga ito?
Aware po ako sa mga ginagamit ng mga medicinal plants and herbs dito sa Pilipinas. Yung mga kilala na alam ko is yung mga lagundi, sambo, tawa-tawa, mga oregano, turmeric, mga malunggay, ampalaya. Yan po yung mga nababalitaan ko na ginagamit na ngayon ng mga tao.
Okay. Maganda yung mga sinabi ni ate. Dadagdagan ko na lang yung super favorite ko, which is a ginger. Ginger is what a lot of people, I think, are drinking right now. And I think that it really has a lot of good effects or benefits when it comes to people who are trying to manage their cough or their respiratory issues. So, para sa mga hindi pa nakaka-try mag-ginger dyan, kapag kayo ay medyo sumasakit na yung lalamunan, there are moments, diba, when medyo napapraning tayo and then iniisip natin, ba't kaya masakit yung lalamunan ko? And based on experience, well, drinking ginger and then having it, the effect, it really has, pag ininom mo siya, meron siya agad effect sa throat mo, especially when it's constricted or medyo parang namamalat ka. And I have to say that it always eased my mind. Kasi after that, okay na ako. And it really helped, especially in the middle of the pandemic. So I have to say that we really have to explore really the world of medicinal herbs. Because yung mga nasabi, nababanggit ko, these are all really just the tip of the iceberg. I know people who are more experienced than me, who are really able to wield the wonderful power of being able to navigate kung alin ba yung natatamang or actual na effective na medicinal herb, lalo sa mga nararamdaman natin kung ano-ano man ito. And I have to say that saludo ako sa ating mga kababayan na patuloy na nagpe-preserve yung tinatawag natin traditional na panggagamot, lalo na sa mga probinsya. And I know that not a lot of people would like to learn it, but I hope that this knowledge would still continue to be preserved because it's something that we need to relearn somehow, especially as we are left to our own devices. Alalahanin po natin na sa ngayon na one of the best things that we can do in the middle of this pandemic is to number one, strengthen our immune system. And I hope you guys are able to do that, with the help of medicinal herbs. Kasi yun po talaga yung pinaka-effective na way to do it safely and not to trigger yung tinatawag natin na yung tinatawag natin na if the tip of my tongue, it's that immunity to a lot of the medicine or the over-the-counter medicine that are out there. Kasi meron na tayong tinatawag na immunity sa gamot, usually sa mga antibiotic especially. And this kind of immunity is one thing that we have to avoid. And we can only avoid that by lessening our dependence on these drugs, manufactured drugs. And instead, turn our way into our traditional and medicinal herbs. So, ayan, kung nakikita nyo sa likod ko, ko lang i-share, we have sambong, we have lagundi. Lalo na yung lagundi, napaka-importante sa family ko kasi mahirap na talaga ngayon na magkasakit na related sa ating respiratory tract, diba? So pag nauubo-ubo or nasisipon-sipon, inom agad namin na gabi. And I also found that this is from Casting International. Just try to check yung mga local suppliers natin dyan, sobrang dami. And they're exploring herbal medicines. And we have here, Nature Superfood, Healthy Super Drinks. It's a juice, 8-in-1. Tapos kung babasahin ko yung mga herbs na kasama, we have moringa, mangosteen, cinnamon, turmeric, stevia, jute, and spirulina. Lahat ng yon, when I look them all up in the internet, we have really amazing effects for our health. And yung mga na-addict sa coffee dyan, alam ko, marami sa atin ang nagde-depend sa coffee, lalo na sa araw-araw. Pero try nyo rin yung mga healthy coffee drinks. I use this Casting International, it's Cafe Green Coffee. And they also have green coffee, Big Nine, moringa, mangosteen, collagen, stevia, and banaba. Itong mga bagay na to, these are all medicinal. And if you do your research, you guys can really check it. Talagang nakakatulong siya for our overall health. So it's not just actually as medicine, diba? It's also part of our everyday life. Coffee, juice drinks, supplements, let us try to explore the traditional way, which is going through our herbs and ating mga halamanan. Baka meron pala tayo dyan natatago ng mga different halaman sa ating garden, hindi pa natin na-explore, i-try natin. There's no harm in trying. Sabi din ni Kuya kanina. Anyway, as we move forward, that concludes our episode for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Of course, I would like to remind everyone that the search for the next Miss Philippines Earth Queen is still ongoing. So we have a lot of wonderful, beautiful, amazing girls who have come and taken their shot and have screened themselves in for our next edition of Miss Philippines Earth. And I have to say that we are very excited to meet the official candidates, which will be announced very, very soon. Pero may oras pa, so you guys can head on over to our social media accounts for you to find out where you can download the application form and everything else that you need to submit. Go to our website primarily, that's MissPhilippinesEarth.com, and then you can also check out our Instagram at Miss Phil Earth and our FB at Miss Philippines Earth and our YouTube account Miss Philippines Earth, and of course our Twitter at Miss Earth PA. So very excited to find out our next batch, our next elemental sport. So if you think you've got what it takes, no, if you really have, a heart for the environment, you're the kind of girl who wants to go out there and speak for a cause that you really care about, then come on and join us and join this search and see how far you can go into the best version of who you can be. So girls, don't forget to check it out, join us, compete in the next edition of Miss Philippines Earth 2020. And of course, I would like to greet everybody. Yesterday, we celebrated our Araw ng Kagitingan, our Day of Valor. And I would like to, give a salute to our modern day heroes, our frontliners, everybody from the hospital down to our security personnel, the police, the military, and of course, our Grab drivers, everybody who has been going out to work in the middle of this pandemic, in the middle of this ECQ. We would like to say thank you and we honor you. Thank you for your sacrifice, and we hope that you guys are staying safe and healthy as much as possible. And I hope that we will all not forget to do our part, to do what is expected for us to be able to get through this pandemic. Matatapos din po ito, kapit lang. We all just have to depend on each other. And so this is me, Miss Philippines Air 2020, Patricia Santos, relishing the last few months of my reign. And of course, saying thank you very much for joining us for this episode, and we hope that you will continue to support all our programs and that you will stay tuned for our next edition of Miss Philippines Earth 2020. Goodbye!